What's good? Welcome back to another edition of Talk Dat Talk Podcast. I go by the name of Big and I got my co-host with me.
Hey man, it's your boy, man. Daddy reasons, because the wife is at work, so I'm on father patrol. And my son bowel movement been cutting up. He ain't been playing fair. Like
he been doing that everywhere.
Bro, like bro, he like last night we chilling. Like, okay. Me and the wife sitting there going back and forth for who should change you, because we do that. So I go to change him. I'm like, hey, wait, hold up. The whole back of the pajamas. all in the inside. So she's sitting there. I'm like, hey, you gotta help. Like, this is not a one-person situation.
Man down, pimp in distress.
Yeah, so like, I'm like, man, we gotta throw the whole baby away. I opened up the pajamas, take his arm out, and then his elbow hits inside the pajama. So now it's on his elbow. So I gotta clean the elbow. Then I gotta raise him up because I gotta take the pajamas off, but it's all on his back. So we take the pajamas off. I gotta go get some paper towels, put the paper towels down this little changing station so it can get on the paper towels, clean him up. Then she just threw him in the tub, no bathtub, no nothing, just set him in there like a big boy and cleaned him up. And then this morning, I'm thinking everything cool. So like I'm smelling like, man, I go and I look in this little seat thing and it's nothing but doo-doo all in the seat. He was on the couch and I mind you, I didn't even know he did this until I happened to look, he on the couch, it's coming out through his shorts again. So I had to do and then I had to do this one this morning by myself because she already gone. So I changed his clothes.
It's rough. It was rough, man. But you know who had it rough? My man, Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns. I got it wrong twice. First, I said they was going to win it in 5. They didn't win it in 5. No, first I said 7. They didn't win in 7. Mm-hmm. And then I said 5, and they didn't win in 5. But my man, Hottakejay, which I know he's about to come and go crazy, you know what I'm saying, and talk his talk. He said Bucks in 6. He said that before the show, before we predicted everything. Bucks in 6. And Giannis, man. Giannis. You see, I was at I went to the finals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I saw you, man. A little cameo. I saw you, bro.
I'm saying Giannis put on the performance of the ages.
Hey, hold up. Greatest closeout performance game in NBA history?
Maybe. I don't know. I think LeBron had a great game like that before closeout game.
I feel like LeBron's best one was the Spurs one, but it wasn't a 50-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a 50-piece. And then,
But he scored against the Warriors that year when they came back in Game 7 closeout game.
He didn't have that much because remember the score was only like 89, 85.
But he had a triple-double, though. He had like 30. I think he had 30-something. 30, yeah. 40. Triple-double, that's not bad, though. 40-point triple-double.
But listen, guess who also had a triple-double that game?
Who?
Draymond. Draymond had a 30-point triple-double, too. But I'm just single closeout.
That was fire. It was amazing to see. I mean, Phoenix, you could tell Phoenix was getting like the wind snatched out of him, the life snatched out of him every time he hit a shot because Giannis couldn't miss. I mean, he was throwing up everything, and the basketball gods was on his side, man. So let's talk about it. I know everybody been talking about it. The Bucks are the champions right now. What does this do for Giannis' legacy? Like, where does this put them? Where does this put him as the greats of greats in the league right now?
Well, if you follow my IG, shout out to Too Many Reasons. That's what it too. I posted a picture, right?
Yeah.
And in this picture, let me see if I can get to it real brief. In this picture, it describes Giannis' accomplishments.
Okay.
Remember, Giannis is only 25.
Yeah, 25, yeah.
That's it, right? 25. So right now, at the age of 25, Giannis is an NBA champion.
Okay.
An NBA Finals MVP.
Okay.
2-time regular season MVP.
Okay.
An NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
NBA Most Improved Player of the Year.
Okay.
5-time NBA All-Star.
Okay.
NBA All-Star MVP.
Wow.
5-time All-NBA.
Right.
And 4-time All-NBA team.
Yeah.
And is the last person since Kobe to win the Finals MVP and the All-Star Game MVP in the same season. His ticket to the Hall of Fame is punched.
Yeah, it is. It just that alone. Even if he didn't win one, then he was gonna get there.
Yeah, but now with his legacy, the pressure's off. The pressure of you going down as one of the greats to never win a ring, that's no longer there.
Okay.
You feel me? You feel me? That pressure, like, because you got one. Now, of course, he wants to win because he's young. So you expect multiple by the time he's done.
Right.
But the pressure of having one, because that's what Chris Paul is in, of getting one. Once you get one, now you can sit at that table.
Right.
And then we know the table get a little different. 2, now you're at a different table. 3, the tables start getting a little different. But now you're able to sit at the table and put yourself as one of the greatest of all time at your prospective position. The thing is where are we going to label him? A 4 or a 3 is where, it's going, that's going to become the where he fits. Because right now, if you was to put him as a 4, to me, number 2 behind Tim Duncan. You tell me another 4, and he's still only 25. So that means the resume we just ran off, he has more to add. But right now, if you look at his resume, you name another 4 whose resume is very comparable that he still can't separate himself from. Because you got KG and Dirk who got the championships, right? Yeah. KG got the defensive teams. KG got the MVP. Dirk got an MVP. KG don't have a finals MVP. Dirk does. You feel me? KG only got, I think, 1 defensive player of the year. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying right now. You splitting hairs.
I mean, I'm not going to go here and just put him above the Dirks and the Kevin Garnett's just because
it was more of a projection.
Yeah, for sure. Projection. To get past Tim Duncan, man, he's gonna have to win multiple championships for sure.
I don't think he's gonna surpass Tim. I don't think he surpasses Tim.
Like that to do what Tim Duncan did and what he stands for. And the games are so different, which is okay. It's okay. What I'm getting at is not even future. I'm talking about right now. Where is Giannis at right now?
To me, he just solidified himself as top 5 still.
So he's not the greatest basketball player in the league right now. He's not the man.
Nah. Still too many holes in his game. Too many holes.
Okay. Let's talk about this. Okay. Let's talk about this because this is the part that people gotta understand. Everybody wants people to play a certain way. When it comes to too many holes in this game, certain people do things great and they may not ever have to utilize other assets of the basketball game because they can do what they do very, very great. You see, in regards to dribbling, he may not be a person that can get in his bag, but he can create for himself. He may not be the best shooter, but we're seeing now he can shoot a little bit. And when he put his mind to it, he can shoot free throws at the end of the day. And we know his defense. We know his rebounds. We know his athleticism. He does a lot of things really, really great. Tim Duncan wasn't no get in your bag. Tim Duncan was very fundamental. He stayed within the mid-range. Every blue moon, Tim Duncan maybe shot a 3, but he did a lot of things great inside that paint. So so he didn't have holes in his game?
Let me ask you this. Tim Duncan, greatest power forward ever, right? And we all could agree to that. And I'm not even, but at what point in Tim Duncan's career was he considered the best player in the NBA? At what point when the conversation was happening about
because
in the league?
Because they didn't give Tim Duncan his flowers, because they overlooked it because it was basic. And a lot of people's eyes, it wasn't flashy. It wasn't flamboyant. He was quiet, and he was a quiet assassin, and he did his job extremely well. Tim Duncan should have been up in the best top 5 players in the league.
I believe he was top 5. I just never think he never got.
Could have even been the best player in the league, but they didn't give him no credit because the way he did it. He didn't do it the way people want him to do it. He didn't dribble like the Kobe's, and he didn't do the flashiness. He didn't do none of that. Tim Duncan was an assassin at what he did. He played great defense. He dominated in the paint, dominated from the mid-range and the free throw line, and the backboard was his best friend, a.k.a. side chick, because she was there everywhere he went at the end of the day. But they never gave him credit because he wasn't in the media like that, because a lot of this stuff is media orientated when you deem somebody the best in the game. We always find something. There's always going to be something wrong in somebody's game. When you look at Kevin Durant's game, yes, he's a great scorer, but there's certain things he do lack at. He lacked when it comes to defending all types of builds. He can defend, but when he plays against bigger people that's stronger than him, he struggles a little bit. That's a flaw. That's another flaw in your game. Another thing is that, yes, he can get to the coop, he can pull up, he can do other things, but when it comes to getting to the basket and finishing, sometimes that's not his strong suit. Not his strong suit, especially when he's playing against somebody that's stronger than him in the post. When he's trying to post up, it don't work like that. But when he's playing against people that are smaller than him, little than him, it can work. But Giannis, on the other hand, damn near everybody's getting bullied by him. Everybody's getting, because he's strong. He's a strong dude. So somebody's strengths can be somebody's weakness, and somebody's weakness can be somebody's strength on the other end. So everybody's going to have a flaw. This is not everybody got 99 overall attributes on a goddamn player. There's going to be some flaws in their game. So when people come at me and say he got too many holes in his game, what the hell matters? He does what he does great.
Yeah. So to your point, I look at it like a consistency thing, right? So in order to jump to number 1, it's like I'm not the type to just put you at number 1 because you had a great run, because I feel like that's just diminishing what the people who are at number 1 and have they decreased, if that makes sense.
I hear that.
When I say top 5, that means I got Giannis right there right now, probably 3, maybe 4.
Who's your top 3?
You still got Bron, you got KD, you got Steph, Giannis right there in that mix.
But you got Steph ahead of Giannis.
Yeah, man, because Steph is Steph. We're just talking pure basketball.
Wow.
You're talking pure basketball. Steph is still Steph.
Come on.
And look, Giannis is great. I'm not going to diminish who Giannis is and what he has accomplished and what he's been doing. But this was more of a Giannis breakthrough year, right? Because on the same token, last year and the year before, he came up short because it was easy to defend him. This season, he made it hard to defend him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but come on, man. You got Steph Curry ahead of Giannis right now.
We're talking pure basketball. Yes.
Wow. All right, man. I see where you're going with this. But here's the thing. This is the series that Giannis has grown up. This is the series. Everybody have that series where they transform and they transition into that new form of superstardom. Giannis always was a superstar, but he didn't make that transition in that finals. I know people always say he did what he was supposed to do, but the way he did it, the way he chose to dominate, the grit, the grind of I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I'm going to do what I'm great at. I'm going to dominate you in the paint. I'm going to make you pay underneath the rim. I'm going to out rebound, out athletic you. I'm going to do it all.
So, Bank, all I need is this new coming out Giannis, right? The dominant Giannis that we saw, the Giannis that said, look, I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to be who I think I should be. I'm going to be who I need to be to win. If he ain't even got to win next year, I'm not saying he got to go win the title, but if the Giannis we saw basically from the Hawks series through this finals, I need that Giannis through next year. And then we having a whole.
You're talking about a 2-time MVP, man.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, look, that's what I'm saying. His regular season, right? Both of them MVP years, dominant. Bucks best record in the league.
Damn near could have got it this year.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. Dominant, best record in the league. When he gets to the playoffs, that dominant became real small because teams. You feel me? Teams start doing something to take away what he's doing. And what did we say? Giannis, why are you out there allowing them to dictate your game? Giannis, why are you letting them be, tailored? You got to fit what they doing instead of just saying, you know what? I'm bigger than all y'all. I'm faster than all y'all. And I'm stronger than all y'all. So let me go be in the area to where I'm just dominating like that. And that's what we saw. So all I'm saying is, can we get one more season where his regular season
in the playoffs, you just said
where his regular season dominance carries over to the playoffs. And again, he ain't got to go win a championship next year. I just want the carryover to where it's like, okay, yeah, this is what. So, and if they lose because he was dominant doing him, then it's like you got to look at the rest of the team. But if you lose because you didn't put your stamp on it, then it's like, bruh, no, because it looked to me, it's like James Harden.
Yeah.
James Harden had these regular season numbers that is crazy. But why is it that he averaged 35 in a regular season and then 28 in the playoffs? That's a whole 7-point gap. And 7 points is a lot of points.
We know why, though. It gets tougher in the playoffs. You get less rest.
But that's what I'm saying. So your dominance and how you move and all that. When I'm looking at like a LeBron, it ain't no real drop off. Who he is in the regular season is who he is in the playoffs.
Yeah, just less athletic LeBron. He still got some athleticism. Man,
I'm just saying, I'm talking about his.
Damn, you actually see how athletic LeBron was. Like, and I'm
talking about the duration of his career, not just just overall. Yeah, so like he really doesn't drop off. Kevin Durant during all his playoff runs, he really doesn't drop off.
I get what you're saying.
You feel me? So all I want is this. If you averaging 28, 29 in the regular season, I'm gonna need 28, 29 to play. I don't give a damn how hard it is. Don't sit there and lower it, and lessen yourself.
I hear you. So let's move forward to super teams. What does Giannis championship means towards super teams, and how his comment in regards to I didn't join no teams. I mean, I could have did that and got a chip, but I stuck to the grind. And and I wanted to give Milwaukee a chip. How do you feel about that statement? What does that mean for all the other teams?
I love it. I love this statement. This statement is right on par because he didn't go join. Everything is organic, and organic super teams I'm okay with. The Warriors was organic. Steph, Clay, Draymond. They were drafted and developed and became that through their own hard work and ethic and became that. And then when you add, so the problem was when you added KD, it's like, all right, now that's extra because it's organic. So that's why people look at KD the way they do. So people always bring up, well, it's been super teams since the 80s.
Yeah, they have.
If you look at the 80s, a lot of those super teams were organically built because free agency wasn't.
It wasn't what it is today.
Yeah, like it wasn't real high like that. So it was like.
All right, though. Think about it.
Yeah, of course you saw it, but I'm just saying.
Ron Harper and Dennis Rodman, they didn't go to Chicago. They didn't get drafted. They added assets to.
But that was on the second three-peat.
Yeah, but the first three-peat, they added Oakley. Oakley was on a first three-peat.
Oakley didn't win a ring. Oakley was there before the three-peat started.
Who else was on that? They got it. They got some. I'm pretty sure they got some people from free agent. Horace Grant. What are you talking about? Horace Grant was from Orlando.
He was added on the second three-peat team. On the first three-peat team, Jordan, Pippen, Bill Cartwright, B.J. Armstrong, John Paxton, all those dudes was a part of that.
I'm pretty sure Horace Grant was on that team, and then he left to Orlando because Dennis Rodman was on.
Yeah, Horace Grant. So Horace Grant was drafted by the Bulls. That's what I'm saying. When we talk about when I'm talking about the organic part of it, it's more or less that part. The Bulls' second three-peat basically became more of a add Ron Harper, add and Tony Kukoc, add and Dennis Rodman. You feel me? But Jordan's first one was organic. Just think about the Rockets, right? Their first one was more organic. I mean, even though when you look at the team, it's just more the Spurs organically. You feel me? They wasn't really out adding major free agents. No, their core.
Look, at the end of the day, sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you do get lucky, and sometimes those people do pan out and they do well for you. And sometimes you're fortunate, but when you got like the people like to come at LeBron for going to the man stayed in Cleveland for 9 years. He wasn't happy. He went to the championship, probably could have went to another championship. I don't know if he ever wins in Cleveland with the teams he had. So he said, you know what? I'm not happy. I want to go play with my friend. I want to go to a new location. This environment is not conducive for me. Let me go to Miami. Like somebody's running my mom on the team. Me and the owner. I think somebody was talking to his mom. That was a rumor going around that somebody was talking to his mom at the end of the day. And then the owner, they didn't get along. So what do you want him to do, bro? What do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? So, but my thing with Giannis, I appreciate that he didn't leave, but he did add assets to that team.
Yes.
Like Drew Holiday. He's not an organic. That was a PJ Tucker, Portis, all these people that they added to the team helped make them better.
Yeah, but when we say super team, so this is how I look at it.
I know what you're saying. The superstar.
When I say super team, when you have at each position, point guard, shooting guard at any point, when you got a guy that's top 5, on your team in said positions out of 5, that's what makes you a super team. When LeBron joined up with D Wade, LeBron is arguably top 5 small forward. D Wade at that time arguably a top 5 shooting guard. Chris Bosh, if people really know, at that time, damn near Chris Bosh was almost close to one of the best power forwards in the game.
No, you're right. I get what you're saying.
So when I look at super teams, I'm looking at on a given team, how many top 5 guys are on that given team. Right. You got Giannis as a top 5, whatever position you want to put him at, but you're not putting Drew Holiday as a top 5 point guard. You're not. We're just being honest. Drew Holiday is not considered a top 5 point guard.
After this, they're gonna put some respect on his name.
You got to put more respect on his name.
Middleton,
you're not considering.
What is his shooting guard? What is it shooting? He's a shooting guard.
I guess it depends. I mean,
depends on how they play him, but a 3. Yeah.
But even if so if you was to remove the point guard and shooting guard label, would you consider him just a top 5 backcourt guy?
Middleton got game.
I'm talking about Drew. Would you consider Drew a top 5 backcourt guy?
Drew Holiday, I would say one of the top 5 best defender point guards.
But that's defense.
But I know I get what you're saying. I think that he can be a more offensive presence if he dominates like he wants to. Drew Holiday can be that guy. He can be that guy if he wants to. But I don't know if he chooses to want to be that guy. He may just want to be defensively shut down, do what he got to do. I don't know.
The way I look at it is they got a top 5 guy, right?
Right. It's a small market with a 2-star and the rest of all-stars.
And then I would say Chris Middleton is like top 25, right?
Yeah.
In that top 25 range. And Drew Holiday could round out the top 30 to 35 in that. Right. Versus when you look at Clay, Steph, and the KD, for example,
I get
that's
you.
Damn near
the top. I get what you're saying. In that regards of formulating a super team, I get that.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to understand that the free agency is different nowadays, and the league is different nowadays. Like, you want me to play for an organization? for all my life. I don't care if I'm happy or not, just so I can try to win a ring for a place that I can give a damn if I win a ring for it or not, just to make you happy. At the end of the day, it's a business. Look, they making billions of dollars off me. At the end of the day, I'm going to go where I want to go. Because at the end of the day, if I can get a ring somewhere where I'm happy, I can play the way I play, and I can, win a ring for somebody, that's dope. But at the end of the day, it's doing great for me because I'm getting endorsements. I'm getting more opportunities. Or I'm going to be that guy that plays in the league like Charles Barkley, be a great asset. And if he played on multiple teams, but you know what I'm saying? He never won. That's always a great player, never won. You know what Chuck always say? I wish I would have won a ring. I would have loved to win a ring. And he did join some teams to try to win a ring, and it didn't work out for him. He tried to stay in other places.
John Stockton sent him home on a game.
Yeah, John Stockton, another one, played for an organization for so long, never won a ring. Steve Nash, never won a ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I get it. You want to stay. A lot of these people stay because they enjoy being at that location, and there's nothing wrong with that. Reggie Miller never won a ring. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Miller could have joined a different team multiple times, but he loved Indiana. He embodied Indiana. It was a small market. He was the guy. Reggie Miller was the guy at that small market. It's called a spade a spade. But at the end of the day, I think it does do something for people in the small market to let you know you don't have to get a super team. You can build your team. You need a superstar, though. You do need a superstar, and then you build around that superstar. And hopefully those guys that you're building around can become all-stars and then eventually level their game up to be superstars, man. But before we get Hottakejay in there, what does this do for Chris Paul, man? What does this do for Chris Paul?
It just puts him back in that he got to go win one. You can't move him up the rankings of top point guards because, you gotta win one. I mean, like I was telling people, what separates the greats, right?
Right.
And what separates you and puts you in different hierarchies and rankings is whether you win the chip. Right. Because the chip is the ultimate, right? It ain't always about how many, it's can you win one.
Right.
And so that's where things lie with Chris Paul. And now he's the only player he got the most losses as a team that was up 2-0.
Yeah.
You feel me? So then when you become great, they start finding new stats that you become a part of. Just new. You'd be like, it's a hell of a random stat, but you feel me? But it starts to stick with you.
Yeah.
When you're doing certain things and you are a great player. And you say it a lot. All these things are team sports. Nobody has won a championship individually. No matter how great LeBron is, right. Obviously he needed some kind of help. No matter how great KD, Steph, Kobe, Shaq, Timmy, all them people, the greatest of greats,
yeah,
you're going to need help. But when you don't win, it falls all back on the captain of the ship.
Yeah, you're right.
And so that's just the nature of the beast when you become that great of a player. And Chris Paul is a Hall of Fame point guard. And so, he's in that territory of he got to win one. My thing with Chris Paul is what's going to be more important next year, your legacy or them checks?
Yeah.
Because if you care about your legacy, then you can't chase the check. And that's just being 100 because the Suns need some things that can help them become even better than what they are. But if they paying you $45 million, they got to still pay Ayton and you got Bridges and you got people that you got to pay. How does the team continue to get better, if that makes sense?
No, it's going to be interesting. Chris Paul, man, it hurt, but if I'm him losing to Giannis the way he played, I have to tip my cap. That dude willed his Bucks teams to win in games 4, in games 5, and in game 6. And so, I mean, Chris Paul could have did more. Definitely could have did more. I still don't think he was all the way right, in my opinion. I'm not making excuses for him. He went out there and played. I don't know. I don't think I just didn't feel Chris Paul was the Chris Paul that I know. I didn't see that. I saw a couple glimpses of like a Chris Paul when it comes to the Clippers, right? When he just was on a tangent, was in his bag. And you didn't really see that. And maybe it's a testament to Holiday's defense, or maybe it's a testament to just Chris Paul, man. He got it going game 6. He was doing his thing, but again, he fizzled out. He fizzled out, and it just got away from him, man. And it's tough. It's tough. Him and Booker could never be on the same page. It was only on the same page for the first game 1. And then after that, one person did well, the other person didn't do well. And it never could be on the same accord. And when you need to win a game, everybody got to play. Everybody got to play, even the role players. But let's bring in my boy Hot Take. Let's see what he's about to say. I know he's about to talk his talk, and he deserves it. He was right. He got a lot of it right. Dog. Yeah. He got a lot of it right, or whatever the case may be. So there it is. I knew it. Look,
you already know. You already know what time it is.
You got the grin on.
Medicine is due. Medicine is due.
He's ready.
How's it going, fam?
What's up, dog? Okay. We'll save Chris Paul for later, but I know you got it right. Bucks and 6. You said it. Hey, giving you your flowers. You did say Bucks and 6.
He was on his Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
Brandon Jennings.
It's about as hot take gets, man. I feel like I earned some credibility with y'all, man. That was where I was at, and came through.
So what does this do for Giannis' legacy? Where does this submit him as the top player in the league? Do you think he's a top player in the league, or where are you putting him at? As the best player in the league right now, or?
Absolutely, that's no question. The thing is like, and I know y'all know football, like, and I remember this time, reasons I'm pretty sure you remember it, when Nnamdi Asomugha was the best corner in the league. But
don't remind me.
But really, he was being touted as that, and really there was some young bucks that were really doing it for probably about 18 months to 2 years before they officially took that crown from him. And what I'm really getting at here was, and my homie can vouch for me from the pod that I used to do, I've been saying Giannis was the best player in the league ever since his first MVP season. And let me tell you something about me, and this is a flaw with me. I'm always early, but I'm almost never wrong. So when I'm looking at Giannis's trajectory, and I'm like, look, dude, this is the most unique piece. This is the queen of the chessboard. This dude, if used properly, can go up into a finals game and get 60 and 20. And he fell just a little shy of my projection when I did say, leave him one-on-one, what's he going to do? And so when I look for the most unique skill that a player has that can set up the rest of the board. And so LeBron and his all-around beast mode, Steph Curry and his gravity from half court, and Giannis just all around freak nasty. Like, he's just it. So this is just the flower blossoming for everybody else to see. I've been on that. And I was just so disappointed. My feelings was hurt when it looked like he cowered and he shied away from KD. But I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let that go because he took it from Phoenix. So I'm just going to omit that. And he's going to come back next year with that championship swag. And if I hear him talking about KD one more time, all my energy is just going to go to putting him on blast. Like, just, So, yeah, to answer your question, to shut up and just say, yes, he is the one.
Reason said he don't think that Giannis is the one because he got too many holes in his game. What is your argument to that when it comes to?
Wait, time out.
That's what he said. Hey, wow. Don't try to sugarcoat it. I'm saying it how you said it.
So Jay, so when I'm talking holes in your game,
here you go.
Overall, Giannis got holes in his game, right? His game is still flawed in other areas. So then also to elaborate on the holes in the game, I said I need carryover also. Bake didn't say that part. He wanted to leave the carryover part out.
But he basically saying he got holes in his game, so he can't deem him as the number one player.
What I'm saying is, Jay, as I was being rudely interrupted again, he has to carry over. So to me, the Hawks and the Hawks series and the final series, Giannis did what Giannis was supposed to do. He dominated. He didn't settle. He didn't let the Suns dictate him. He wasn't letting the Hawks dictate him. Giannis dictated him. You feel me? I'm going to go get these buckets. I'm going to go be in this paint. I'm going to go dominate. I'm going to shoot jumpers here and there. But for the most part, I know where my money is at. That is the Giannis that for the most part we see during the regular season, hence the reason why he won back-to-back MVPs. But then prior to them MVPs, when it got to the postseason, it got ugly. It's, we're going to build the wall around Giannis. This is how we're going to stop Giannis. Giannis going to settle for these jumpers. Giannis not going to impose his will. Some of that is Bud, but other part of it is Giannis telling Bud, like, look, bruh, this is where I can get my money. This is what we're going to do. Because, Jay, you said it. When you're that guy, we don't give a damn who that coach is.
Yeah.
You going to tell the coach, this is where the money at. And so what I want from Giannis, for I move him and deem him as number one, I need him to carry over from what I've seen in this finals through the regular season, through the playoffs. He ain't got to win, but I just need him to be him for another season. Then I can see it. Because when I talked about it, I said LeBron, there's no real drop-off from regular season LeBron to playoff LeBron. It's more or less elevated. When I see Steph, there's no real drop-off from regular season Steph to playoff Steph. You can get a little dicey in the finals.
Let me rebuke that real quick here. So because what you're saying is right. The thing is what was is Jokic a better player than Chris Paul? Debatable. Jokic is in his prime and is an MVP. But what I'm getting at was Chris Paul brought it versus Jokic, and then you can question whether he brought it versus the Bucks. What's the difference here? The difference is Jokic ain't getting a block and playing D in the pick and roll, and it's the direct opposition. And what does that matchup look like? So when Giannis gets to, eyes big, wide open, let me go feast all and eat all in Phoenix's plate, it's because there's no opposition. And when you judge him, you have to judge him when he sees the Lakers next year against AD. I don't give a crap if you score average 40 and 20, and then you see LBJ and Anthony Davis, and then you have stepping. Like that's where I'm at. And he got to run over when I said, is Aiden good enough? No, he's still got to take his lumps, and he's green. And even when he's right, he still ain't going to be the defensive player they need. So
here's my thing. Okay, because this is what we do a lot. Okay, when you are the man, we did this to Kawhi Leonard. Mm-hmm. Kawhi Leonard beat a broken down Warriors, and everybody deemed Kawhi Leonard as the guy. He's the guy. The man had commercials coming to LA. Blah blah blah. Here's my thing. If we're going based off that, Giannis is the guy right now. He's playing at a very high level. He has grown up from this finals. I know people going to say, well, he did what he's supposed to do, but that takes maturity. That takes to take your game to that next level. That takes that mindset. I saw a different Giannis that I've ever seen in my life.
But what was different? What was different, though?
The mindset, the aggressiveness, that say, I'm going to do what I want to do regardless of who you got out there on the floor. I don't think there was going to be nobody who can stick Giannis in either the Hawks or the Phoenix series. And even I think he got his swagger when he was able to get by Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets. I think that was. No,
but let's look under the hood just a little bit more. You know what I didn't see is him ball stopping at the top of the 3-point or the top of the free throw line, deciding I'm going to go take this dude off the dribble and do a spin move. I saw him catching the ball 3 feet from the hoop as opposed to 10 feet. I didn't see half as many face-ups. I saw him looking for the double and anticipating it and moving it and getting it right back. I saw a calm where the game slows down. You realize can't nobody see you, and I'm just going to out here. Okay, let me move these chess pieces here real quick and get me. That's what I saw.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why
I agree. If we get this Giannis.
But see, we can't go by ifs. We can only go by absolute. Right now, the way Giannis played, he is damn near the best player in the league right now. I'm just going. Y'all gonna come
call that spade. Call that spade, bro.
I'm calling a spade a spade. What Giannis did, how he demonstrated his dominance, how he demonstrated his dominance against Phoenix. Remember, he was down 0-2. They was getting ran 0-2, and he won 4 straight. He hit him with the backdoor sweep. Phoenix didn't win another game after going up 2 because of that man. And the games that they lost, it was because, one, he didn't show up because he was coming back from that injury. He only scored 25. And the second game, the other players didn't show up when he went for damn near 40-something points, but they couldn't help him out. The third and fourth, fifth game, they showed up enough, okay? They got enough that they needed, and they got him over the hump. What he did, I'm telling you, he grew up. The man grew up, and I think with the mindset, if he continues to play like this, you already said reasons, the accolades. The accolades at 25. Everything he's been able to accomplish at the age of 25. Damn near, I think he even did it younger than LeBron did. If I'm not mistaken, won a chip before LeBron won a chip.
Yeah.
He done a lot of things.
But he did it like a year before, yeah.
He did a year before him. He got Defensive Player of the Year. He's done a lot of Bro, Giannis has been demonstrating his dominance throughout the regular season. It hasn't transferred over in the postseason. Things don't go right. But this season was different. Even though Kyrie got hurt, James Harden got hurt, you can't control that, bro. Because the Lakers, again, they played against people who was hurt. You can't control that. They played against people that they had the matchup against. You can't control what they get. All you can do is dominate when you can. Giannis right now, in my opinion, he's the guy right now. And everybody has to come and beat the guy. Ric Flair already said it. Woo! To beat the man, you got to beat the man. To beat a man, you got to beat the man. That's what he said. Woo! That's what he said.
All I'm saying is before we become the Kawhi prisoner of the moment.
This is different, bro. This is different.
I'm out.
Yeah.
All I need is the dominant Giannis to carry over for another season. Because when we start talking, because I mean it's two ways to look at the best. If you want to say the best of 2021, then yes, Giannis is the best. Yeah. But when we're talking about the best players in the league and what they have done and the whole scoop,
are we giving out a longevity award, or are we anticipating who is the champion for next season? Right now, Jay, I said Bron, KD, Steph, kind of the guys I got in front of Giannis.
Yeah, Steph over Yeah, thank you.
You can argue how you want to do it, where it's at.
Thank you.
But when I'm looking at the game,
thank you. Even over Embiid.
Thank 3,
wow,
kind of above Giannis.
That's
because
crazy.
When I'm looking at what they're doing or what they have done and the carryover that usually comes.
When a free agent comes up to the market, do you pay him for what he did the past 3 years, or what you anticipate he's going to do for the next 2?
That's what the problem is. You should be paying him. You should be trying to pay him like that anyway. I'm paying off what I know you should be able to do. That's why KCP got too much goddamn money. But that's for another story for another day. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, and again, all I want is Giannis is the carryover, because when we get into this, how great Giannis is, and then we get to postseasons and he just becomes stifled, and then it's like, Giannis, I'm gonna need you to do you, and I'm not getting that. Like, even though he ended up getting hurt against the Heat in the bubble, man, the Heat had that man all kinds of rattled before the ankle injury.
And what did he do? He grew and he smacked him and sent him home. Exit stage left, player.
The year before with Toronto, when the Bucks was up 2-0, what happened? They figured a way to stop him and stifle him, and he couldn't do nothing.
So let me ask you this. Because I'm a firm believer. I'm going to omit Steph Curry because, I don't want to lose. I want people to look at me as being objective. So when I say best player in the world, I'm just going to omit my man Steph from the conversation. So for me, it was Giannis before the postseason, whatever. It's Giannis today. But let me ask you a question. If God forbid something happened to Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton in the offseason, I wish injury on nobody, but they both miss all of next year. Does that make Giannis not the best player in the league? No, it does not. Giannis is still king dingling around this motherfucker.
Whoa.
My language.
Whoa.
But what I'm saying is Drew Holiday was not there last year. You incriminating him for the Raptors, for the Heat, when Drew Holiday would have been very helpful.
Yes.
Incriminating. What did you say? You said incriminating who? Him. We ain't saying the Bucks is the greatest team. We're talking about Giannis.
Yes, and he's on the throne.
So when we're talking individuals, and we know when you are that great, it's either you gonna get all the praise or all the smoke.
If he ain't on the throne, you can't make a case for anybody else who is on the throne.
So, but what I'm saying, if we're looking at this as Game of Thrones, we got other kings in other areas. We got the king.
But there's a main thing. You know, the main thing is the main thing, and right now that's Giannis. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So right now, if we want to give it to him, we can give it to him. That's
he's
cool.
The man right now.
But overall, right now, Giannis could be the best player.
Going into the next season, Giannis is the number one guy right now.
Yeah, and what happened? We did that with Kawhi, and
but that's how you got to do it. Though.
So Kawhi is a sometime. Kawhi, we don't know what team he's gonna be on. We got some stability going.
But this dude is 26.
This dude is 26, and his injury track record is damn near infallible. Like he is the one. So
I like Giannis. All I'm saying, baby.
Yeah. You want to give out the longevity award, man. I
want to see another year of this Giannis.
His numbers exact same for the last 4 years, dog.
I'm talking about in the playoffs, Jay. I don't want him to be out here settling and letting.
Hey, you know you need God's grace. You need a healthy Drew Holiday. You need Middleton. You're going to need the rest of the team to do their part, and there's variables you can't control. A wide receiver ain't nothing without his quarterback. You know, what is he supposed to do?
You're talking football.
I know, I'm hearing you, but sometimes the analogies are a little bit more clear because it's like you can't. When I analyze Giannis, I look at him in a vacuum. What is he? He's the most unique thing on the court. Has been for the last 2-3 years, and he's gonna be for the next 3. It's that simple.
Amen.
At the end of the day, let's keep it going. Super teams. What does this mean for super teams? Giannis' statement said, "Hey, I did it my way."
Hey, who was he talking about though? He got 3 other people in crossfire, but he was talking about one person.
Who was he talking about?
That was Harden all the way. You remember his back and forth with Harden? And and he was like, I could have did this easy. I know y'all saw the clip, but now when you look back at it, and he said, I don't want to call nobody out by name. You know exactly who he was talking to.
Because you already know JH been throwing shade at Giannis. I can just dribble and dunk. It don't take no skill. I actually got to be skilled at the game of basketball. And Giannis,
what he didn't intend to do was throw Dame or LBJ under the bus. But hey, he could flex all he wants right now.
Listen. I feel that he was throwing shots at KD and James. I feel like, you can throw a shot at LeBron, but I feel like at that time, LeBron had to kind of do what he needed to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like LeBron's circumstances are unique because he didn't go join something that was already good. You feel me? And see that. You feel me? KD went and joined the 73-9 Warriors to push them over the top. James Harden saw, KD, Kyrie, if I jump on that team, we become invincible. You feel me? So when he's throwing shade at building super teams, I think he's looking at KD, and I'm feeling he's throwing shade at especially James.
Look, I think it's good, though. I really think that him winning a chip is good for smaller markets like the Atlanta Hawks, right? They're on the precipice of changing that franchise
organic super team
to be a super team eventually. They got some young talent that can formulate to some young all-stars and maybe even some superstars. And so they have the nucleus, and that gives people to understand, like, you don't have to do what the big markets are doing. The big markets are going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day. That's not going to stop nobody.
Yeah, I know. But let me give you some food for thought, because right now there's a couple of teams that are in a very pivotal point. And I use the Blazers as a cautionary tale. So can it be homegrown? When you're the Detroit Pistons, what do you do? When you're the Cavs, what do you do? But when you like Zion, if they don't figure out who the number 2 is right now and get a clear path, the time is now. Because you fast forward 2 or 3 years, teams like the Blazers, who were too stubborn to trade CJ McCollum, now look at them. The Celtics had 5, 6, 7 draft picks. oh, we ain't gonna go get a third guy. We ain't gonna go get, a center or a point guard. And now what? Now they're a mature basketball team, and they got two studs, but they got holes on the team. So the time is now.
Yeah.
You gotta, like I said, man, the organic of a super team, I'm okay with. You feel me? Like I was telling Bake, I love the Warriors for what they did organically. You feel me? The Clay, Steph, and Draymond, and then you add the Iggy's, the Bogut's, the David Lee's, the Barbosas. You start adding all that to that organic stuff. The organic super teams is what the 80s was kind of built around, because everybody agree, well, it's always been super teams. When we look at the Lakers, Kareem came, that was one of the most, free agent move, but that was a trade. It wasn't a free agent move. Kareem asked for a trade quietly and got traded from the Bucks to the Lakers. And then what they do, they drafted Magic. Worthy, drafted. Byron Scott, drafted. Michael Cooper, drafted. Kurt Rambis, drafted. When you look at the Celtics, Bird, McHale, all them dudes, the Pistons, a lot of that stuff was drafted and it became organic. And then because of who they were as players, then you look back like, well, they had all these Hall of Famers. Well, I mean, it was not. It was a drafted thing. You feel me? And so the super team, I feel like Giannis is showing you that if you become that dude and you get some comparable top 30 pieces around you, you should be able to win. That's just how I look at it. You just need
who's that falling on? That's not falling on Giannis. So when you're talking about stars like Ja, Luka, Trae Young, and Zion, it's, do you have the one or two other co-pilots to ride with you? And that's on the team early. They always wait until they get to the 6th and 7th year, and then they want to sit there and say, oh, Dame want to leave. Dame want to join a super team. If you did it right 3 years ago, Dame wouldn't be in this spot. Yeah. That's just my thoughts.
Before we get up out of here, man, a few things. What does this do to Chris Paul's legacy? And then LeBron James, man, the first $1 billion. But let's talk about Chris Paul's legacy. What does this do for him, Jay? Chris Paul losing again and not winning one.
This cemented him, like he's firmly locked in. I think his window to surpass Isaiah Thomas, try to get in there with that Steph conversation, him and Magic Johnson, like that's over. He's in there. He's in that top 5 of point guards, but I wouldn't be calling him the point guard. You know what I'm saying? I think he's got that longevity award. Reasons we're talking about.
Yeah. And shout out to LeBron being the first. Say it again. The first, man. This man is just good at what he's doing, man. The first athlete to reach 1 billion, not 1 million, $1 billion in assets, career earnings, contracts and endorsements. What does that mean? How does that solidify him, man? Because I know you always talk about the Jordans, the Kobes, and all that stuff. How does that solidify LeBron James right now?
I think they just because I feel like you got to, what LeBron is doing as far as career earnings and who he is as a man is different than the basketball talk. So I feel like you got to put LeBron James damn near as like one of the greatest athletes ever. You feel me? Because when we talk about great athletes, a lot of that goes into their struggles, especially when we look at the Muhammad Ali's and all that kind of stuff. We talk about what they did for the game and for our people, the culture, and and everything going forward. And LeBron is one of those different kind of pioneers, just in a different way. He's paved the way for athletes to really see what money looks like and how to go achieve it, how to be a stand-up man and a husband and a father to his kids. So I feel like LeBron James has trailblazed a new way of looking at athletes, kind of how the Muhammad Ali's, the Bill Russells, the Kareems did for civil activism and all that, in addition to being a person that's in the forefront of all that stuff too. So that's why when I look at it, I remove LeBron James as the man separate from his basketball gifts, because I feel like the man he is is far greater than anything he's basically accomplishing on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm. I'll echo that. I think that LeBron is because of who he is off the court. He's only there because of basketball, and because of that, I consider him the GOAT. I think he is that dude, and I've never been a LeBron fanboy my entire life. But let me tell you a couple moments that broke me. One, when he busted our rear in 2016, and he got off that plane in that Ultimate Warrior T-shirt, and I was just like, oh my God, no, he didn't. After blasting us with all these absurd finals numbers comparable to Giannis. But then when he had that school, when he sat there and he created that school and he went up there and talked about this is why I'm doing it. And I don't even know what the concessions were, kids going there for free. But like as a grown-ass man, that's what I appreciate. That's what I look for. And for the first time in my life, I went and got some LeBrons just because of that. You see these fly joints right here, man? These Marty McFlies right here. I said, I don't even mess with LeBron like that. But I had to go buy some just because he's just been killing it. Nobody came in the league with that height and actually exceeded it. So he's that dude for sure.
Shout out to Bron, man. It's just another testament to his greatness, man. Hey, at the end of the day, I've learned that they're never going to love you for what you do at the end of the day. So you just got to do what you love and be happy with it and live with the results. There's always going to be a critic that say you didn't do this like somebody, you could have did this or you could have did. Look, he's doing a lot of great things on the court and off the court. You ain't got to like his game. He may not have a jump shot or a bag like a KD. He may not be able to do other things like the Jordans, but he does it the way he does it. And that's why I respect him. I love who he is, man. And I appreciate what he does for the game. And at the end of the day, when he retires, the game is going to be in good hands. That would be a conversation for the next podcast is who's going to be the face when LeBron retires, because it's open for anybody, in my opinion, man. So
whoever becomes the face is going to have to go win, because to become the face, you gotta have some winning behind you. You feel me? You gotta have some rings, some championship appearances at least.
Yeah.
Behind.
I will say this.
That's why people are crowning Zion or touting him a little premature, because what you're talking about is
you gotta win, bro. Like, I mean, LeBron became the face. He was, like I said, when you look at that LeBron run between 2003 to 2010, because Kobe was right there in the midst of it.
Yeah.
Feel me? I felt like people wanted to give LeBron to be the face because of what he was accomplishing. But at that time, Kobe already had 3 rings and was still.
Let me ask you this. You know, we talk about other things where people got to overcome, right? I'm not going to get into racism and other things, but let me ask you this. The face of the league, are they impartial to an American? Like, is it harder for Luka or Giannis to just run with it? It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't.
But is it?
Because it's just, I feel like the face of the league is what sells. And if
it's a global game.
Yeah. And I look at it like, think about it. How big was Yao Ming when Yao Ming came to the league?
He was real big.
Yeah.
He was big, right? Yeah. If he stays healthy, who knows how Yao Ming transcends stuff, right? And so with it being such a global game, to me, it's even better for the face of the league to be non-American.
Yeah, but what about the masses, though? Are the masses buying shoes? Are the masses like fully? Like, I'm just getting deeper.
It's all gonna come to. I think it's gonna come down to marketing. Can Giannis get himself into more commercials with his accent, and can his accent be a hindrance to his
pronouncing his name?
Yeah, so I feel like
it's all about winning, and I think Giannis is a front runner to possibly be the face of the league. He's a young athlete. He's only 25. He got about another 10, 12 years barring injury, God forbid. But I think it's dominating. I don't think it's just always winning. LeBron didn't always win chips or whatever, but he dominated what he did. And he lost getting to the finals. He went to damn near 10 of them, didn't win all of them, right? But it's the dominance of how he doing it. And if Giannis continue to work and improve his game, he's going to be a dominant force to be reckoned with. Would it always lead to NBA finals? Would it always lead to winning? Maybe not. But his dominance is showing.
But when you look at LeBron, though, he wasn't winning. But you can't tell me those old LeBron commercials with him being different personalities at the pool and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm saying,
I get that, but I'm telling you, that comes with, man, that comes with just being the guy. At the end of the day, they're going to put Giannis in commercials. They're going to make it funny with the accent, and they're going to utilize his accent as an asset instead of a hindrance. Trust me.
But that's what I'm saying. So like the personality that Giannis has shown since he's won, this is the personality that will get Giannis to that, because who is this? Like this not the Giannis, like this is a whole, I've let my guard down because I have one personality. He went to Chick-fil-A and ordered a 50-piece.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, bro.
You gotta understand what that comes with is because now the pressure is off of winning the chip. Now I can go out there, and he knows now, like Jay said it, he said the game has slowed down. And once you get to that point when the game feel like it's slowed down, then you can be whatever you want, because it's business on the court.
You stamped, bro.
And it's fun off the court. And now he got a ring. He got 3 MVPs. He got an MVP in the league. He got the finals championship. Like, at the end of the day, he said it. I don't care if I ever win a chip again. I'm set. And when you have that mindset, then everything else is extra.
Yeah.
Everything else is extra. But we can talk about this all day, all hours. But, we got to get going. Y'all got any last comments, any last words before we get up out of here?
Oh, yeah. I want to put it out there. The pressure's on Mr. James Harden. And mind you, I went to school with him, got a lot of respect for him. But the pressure is on because
we're gonna see in about 2 weeks where is Brooklyn landing with free agency and trades and stuff. We're gonna see where they landed.
Yeah, and because he is the last, currently right now, if we look at it, he is the last high-profile superstar without a chip. Mm-hmm. The team he owned, both of them dudes got chips.
Yeah.
Bron, chip. Steph, chip. James,
they all coming out motivated. They all coming out, all 3 of them.
So I'm just saying, the pressure's on James. Ain't no excuses, B. Ain't no excuses.
My dark horse for face of the league, and when I say early, and I'll tell you how early I am, don't sleep on my man Trae Young. Like I'm extrapolating 2-3 years from now. If Atlanta does it right, I think it might skip right over to Trae. The next thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna get up out of here too, is when you look at Giannis. Every billionaires are made during recessions. Ben Simmons, watch what happens to him. People are dumping on him. He's yesterday's trash. Watch out for Ben Simmons. I'm a buyer at a certain price. I'm telling you, see, look at that face. Remember that face, bro. We're going to be doing this a while. The tape, you can't lie on the tape. Remember that. I'm not saying you go out and overpay for him. I'm saying that dookie that you treating him like he's on the bottom of your shoe right now. Like, remember that.
Jay, I'm here. I will amend my face. All I see is old trash right now.
I know you do.
We're about to get up out of here, y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all let us know who y'all think the face of the NBA is right now. Is it Giannis? Is it KD? Is it LeBron James? Is it Steph Curry? Let us know in the comments below. And what do you think about super teams now that Giannis has won one organically, man? Hey, stay blessed, stay safe, and always remember to talk that talk. We'll see y'all next time.